Hello everybody, you're welcome to Abiodun Ayeloja's page, and today we'll be talking about script writing and we're focusing on the Act 2. The Act 2, which is actually called the confrontation stage. So last class we actually talked about how the secret of crafting a wonderful beginning. It was just giving us a concept. Do you get? We're giving us a concept on how we can actually go with our beginning. This will actually help beginners understanding what beginning is all about. So, and then we'll talk about how the child will grow up and why growing up. It's not that the actual character is going to be born in the story actually, because I had some people calling me and asking me the same questions that are you saying whenever we're writing a script somebody had to be born? And when the person is now born, he will now grow up. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say in the last class was that it's just I'm just trying to cite an instance what you should have. There is an hero's journey, how how you build your character. So while you build your character, I'm just citing an example of how a child is being born. Now, when you understand that if a child is born, he grows up being innocent. Do you get? If the child is innocent while he was now growing up, he will begin to his eyes is going to open to a lot of things. Through the things that his or her eyes is opening to, it begins to build up desires. It's going to have different desires. Okay, now I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be this and that. These are the phases of a child's life when they are being born. So they grow up innocently, they begin to desire something. So while they are now desiring that thing, there will now be challenges, there will be an obstacle antagonizing what they want to become in life. So this was the exact thing I just want us to have in a picture of whenever we're building a character. So your own can actually start from where the child was actually talking about his desires, this and that. You can start. It depends on how creative you are. It depends on how you can craft your story. Yes, do you get? So, but I'm just saying this for beginners so that they can have the concept of how the beginning of a story can actually emerge. Do you get? But today we're talking on the Act 2, which is actually the confrontation, and the same thing is what I want to come and do here today. I'm not actually giving us into details that okay, this is what you must do. This no. What I'm trying to say is that just have a concept, have a picture. Do you get? Have a picture. We are still going to go into breaking down on how our cinema can go, but today we just want to go into what is this confrontation all about. When you get to your Act 2, what does it mean? So we actually end our Act 1, the last class. We end our Act 1 at a particular place. I said whenever we normally end it at the inciting incident or our turning point 1. Inciting incident or our turning point 1. So whenever our protagonist gets to the turning point 1, which can also be our inciting incident, whereby something comes to disrupt the peaceful life that our hero has actually been going with. So whatever comes to disrupt it can actually be our turning point 1 that will now lead us. So let's take for instance now, for example, you have been living your life desiring to be a doctor, and you have a mom but you don't have a dad. Your mom was trying to struggle to make sure that you go to the university to make money, to become a doctor so that you can take care of the family and your younger ones. But unfortunately, something else started. What started? Your mom now fell sick and she was rushed to the hospital, and you are still at 200 level in your school. And your mom, she's the breadwinner of the family. She's the one hustling around, making sure that money comes. You see that point where your mom, which happens to be the breadwinner of the family, which happens to be the one giving you hope that you're going to become the doctor you so much desire. The moment she got sick and she was rushed to the hospital, and there's a particular thing where you were being called, that place can actually be where your big event started from. That will lead into the big event. So the moment you now got into the big event and you're like, you're there, your mom, the doctor told you that, okay, fine, your mom is going to need the sum of 1.something million naira, maybe 1.5 million naira, so that she can be fine. And you don't know where to get this money from. That is what we call the big event. The big event has come. Something has come to disrupt what you have desired to become. So you already said you want to become a doctor. So in that cases, writer can now decide in different creative ways to now say, okay, maybe you're not going to drop out from school. Dropping out from school is a challenge. Finding the 1.5 million naira that the doctor says is a challenge. Where you're going to get the money from is a challenge. How you're going to take care of your younger ones is a challenge. So you see, that's why we call it a bigger event. Something has come to disrupt how you're going to achieve your goal. So when we are talking about the big event, we are talking about the problem that comes to the major character, the problem that erupted while you're trying to become someone good, like while you're trying to achieve your goals. Yeah, when you're trying to achieve your goal, something now comes to disrupt it. So that's big event. So the challenges that will now come will come in different angles. For instance, now I already counted like 4 challenges that are going to come, because the particular character which is our protagonist that wants to be a doctor now wants to will decide either to drop out because the mother who pays the school fees is no more on a stable health to further. So then he also needs to go and find money so that a mother can live. As siblings too are there, he has to go again and take care of them. And also there can be other things also too that can become a challenge. So this is how you begin to build them and craft a beautiful scenes on how your protagonist can actually overcome. So in the process of overcoming those challenges, then you can have a beautiful act 2. So this is what act 2 entails. It's just you getting into bigger problems, getting into big problems, and then you're finding different way to solve it. And the more you're trying to solve it, the more it's getting difficult. The more it gets difficult until you now get to your turning point 2. Which now, is going to be another bigger problem. So along the line, while the protagonist was trying to solve those problems, trying to find a way for a mother to live, let's just now assume, for instance, now for example, I'm just citing an example for us. Now he now got to get a man, maybe a family member who wants to give them the money so that their mother can be fine. So let's assume now the protagonist is actually a female character here, and then they now said, okay, there's going to be somebody in the family that wants to give money, a family member of maybe a mom or the dad. The person pays the money. After paying the money, a mother later died. She has collected money. Mother now later died, and now she is now the only one standing alone to take care of the siblings and also send herself to school. So there can now be, that's another bigger problem. She run around to get money, and after she got the money, the person she wants to use the money for now later died. You can see it's actually a bigger problem. She loves her mother so much, so dearly, because her mother has been there for her while she was growing up, becoming and desiring to be a doctor. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So, but now that she has run around, faced different kind of things, maybe some people have even slept with her, and yet still they did not give her the money. She has gone to many places to work, and yet she now later found the money. And while she found the money, she now gave the money to the doctors to work on her mom. Her mother later dies. That's another bigger problem. So that is how, I'm just saying, citing an example. You can actually craft your own story in a different way. You can only tell it in a different way, but just understanding the act 2 to be the problem that the protagonist is actually facing, that now gets erupted, that gets widened from different plot, and how the hero, which is our protagonist, also overcome those challenges. So it's just like you've got into a bigger challenges in life, and we can actually call it the second season of life. The first season of life can actually be our beginning. The second season of life, where we face challenges, where we want to become a man ourselves, where we want to become that woman ourselves, where we want to try every means to become what we want in life, but there's going to be challenges and obstacles in a bigger way. So these are things you should understand when you're writing your act 2. I hope you have actually learned one or two things. If you have any question, you can actually drop it at the comment section. I will do well to answer your question. And if you also want to have a private class on script writing, you can actually reach out on the number showing on your screen, Yes, on the number showing on your screen. So we can actually give you a beautiful class on script writing if you want, if you're a beginner, if you are the type that, okay, you just want to start. Do you get? This is all we're going to have for today's class. Our next video is going to be the Act 3, and where we're going to be talking on how we can actually resolve the problem that has actually been created in our Act 2. So join me again in the next class. Thanks for watching the first video, and thanks for watching this video also. My name still remains Abiodun Ayeloja. Please do well to like this video, do well to subscribe, do well to tell somebody about this channel, and God bless you. Thank you. Bye bye.